Hello Amy, welcome to Manderfield's. Today we're going to make a pear croissant. I start with a scratch croissant dough that we make here, and this croissant dough is made with European butter and only the finest ingredients. I'm going to start with dividing it into 4 pieces, 4 even squares. You can also use just like a Pepperidge Farms product or a Pillsbury product that comes in your grocery store either in the freezer section or in the cooler section. And basically what I'm going to do is just kind of straighten out the squares, make them nice and even, and then what I'm going to do is take a pastry wheel or a pizza cutter or a sharp knife and just make little slits in each corner. And then what I'm going to do is take the piece of dough and I'm going to invert it through to make a decorative design. This is very quick and easy and simple, and it really adds a lot to the finished product. Okay, once we have that done, I'll just demonstrate on one. However, this is what you would do for all of them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to butter my pan, and I have some softened butter here. And basically I'm using a silpat, and I just want to make sure that the pears do not stick when the sugar caramelizes in the oven. So I'm going to pour my pears onto my silpat. And these are Bartlett pears. You want to make sure that they're not overly ripe or spotty. You can leave the skins on. Just make sure that they're clean and free of any brown spots. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take our sugars, our white sugar and our brown sugar, and we're going to pour them together. And we're going to mix in our ginger, our Saigon cinnamon, and our freshly grated lemon zest from 1/2 of a lemon. We're just going to take a spoon and we're going to stir that around until it gets incorporated. I'm kind of a messy mixer, so. Okay, once that gets mixed together, then what we're going to do is we're going to take about half of it and we're going to spread it over the top of the pears. And then we're going to reserve the other half to put on top of the tarts after they get topped with the cooked pears. So what we want to do now is we just want to put these in the oven, and we are just going to cook them for approximately like 10 to 7 minutes at 400 degrees until the tart is, or the pear is tender, and it'll be easier to eat as well as taste better. Okay, now that our pears have finished baking, we are going to gently egg wash our pastry that has come to room temperature and has risen slightly. And basically the egg wash adds color as well as a little bit of flavor and makes the pastry look a little more classy. And it's not necessary to flood the product with egg wash, just a light brush of egg wash is more than enough. Okay, now I'm going to lay the pears on the top of the pastry, kind of keeping them in the same order that you would see a pear. So the fatter end on the end and on the bottom part of the pastry closest to you, and the thinner part on the top. So that way it kind of looks like a pear when it's done. And you just want to fan the little pear pieces in a nice fashion to make it look nice and pretty. Okay, and now we're just going to finish these off by sprinkling with a little bit more of the sugar mixture that we reserved. And then we are going to put them in a 400-degree oven for approximately 20 to 25 minutes, depending on your oven at home. And if you want to try this at home, I think it's wonderful. If for some reason you don't want to try it, you can definitely come to Manderfield's. We have these every Saturday morning.